Welcome, 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 everybody, to the B stream. I am 40 Lions alongside Lethal. We're going to be covering psygib versus Av3k. And let's get down to brass tacks, Lethal. We got CK, Blood Covenant, and Awoken. And then we got Strogg versus Eisen, Nyx versus Visor, Scale versus Ranger. And psygib has the Strogg, Nyx, Scale. Whenever the lobby's ready, we're going to get right into it. There's no time to waste. Lethal, how you feeling?
Feeling great. We've done I think every series we've casted has gone to the final map, and if it goes like this to the end of the day, you know, I can't complain, you can't complain, the chat can't complain. And yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. psygib versus Av3k. Unlikely matchup. We didn't expect these two to be in the losers so early on, but you know, someone has to go.
It's sad. It's sad, but we have to part ways with some beautiful bastard, and we'll see who it's going to be. I don't know. Predictions, again, I feel cursed, so I'm not going to say anything. Let the chips fall where they may. Again, I'm going to be selfish and say, let's go 3, Lethal. Take this journey with me. Let's just go max maps every time we cast together. We could be that casting pair that goes the distance.
Yeah, we've gone the distance every single series. Let's just continue it. Let's continue the trend. Why not? We might as well. But in terms of predictions, this is a tough one. I still feel like Av3k played well earlier. Just kind of fell short just a tad. Nosfer's just playing out of his mind, but I think Av3k now is kind of recuperated, reset his mentality. Maybe take it 2-1. We'll have to see, but you know, I would love to see him at number 3.
I would never be opposed to going max maps, but I think you're absolutely right. Both players played relatively well. I mean, I missed the psygib game, but I heard it was close. They just fell short, and now that they battle each other to see who makes their exit, it's going to be another close one. I feel like I don't see it going 2-0 either way, but I've been wrong multiple times, so we'll see. I just look forward to some good Quake. I think the first one, Strogg versus Eisen on CK, is going to be huge. psygib on the Strogg, Av3k on the Eisen. I feel like Eisen's a little bit better here for traps and using Timmy the Turret at heavy and mega. We'll just see how it goes, but I hope chat is having a great day. Lethal, it's been a journey so far. We still have more Quake action, and it's only day 1, so let's see where this set takes us. Again, the loser of this, they're out. The rest of the weekend, they could just chill and watch, but nobody wants that as everyone's fighting for that belt.
Yeah, all these players are so close. They're at their peak as well. What can psygib do here? You know, like I said, it's an unlikely matchup. We're not really too sure what to expect. Maybe it goes to map number 3. I'm not surprised. I'm sure the chat wants it. We want it as well. But it depends on who actually wants to take that map number 3 if we get that far. But Av3k has been playing very well. Not too sure in terms of psygib because we haven't seen much of him. But we'll see as we head into map number 1. It's going to be a doozy, to say the least. Like you said, the Eisen versus the Strogg. And we've got the rail here for the Strogg, especially with the Pika. The psygib, we're going to be focused on his POV straight away. The LG comes out. But Av3k drops the turret. The LG looking pretty good, but the Pika is keeping him at bay. The amount of damage he's doing, Av3k is the one who gets taken down. And the first frag goes in favor of psygib.
Big trap there, leaving Av3k nowhere to go. He tried to deal max damage on his way out. Good use of the peeker to also dad a little bit of damage and not take any return as he didn't have to peek. psygib up early here and grabs the mega and dodges that rocket. That's going to be really big, keeping that stack intact, getting ready for the next fight here as Av3k wants to make his way over to the LG. The rocket will just fly under him here. A little more rockets flying out from psygib, not landing, and now the tone of the game slows down ever so slightly here. There's no major item up for another 12 seconds. It's going to be mega first. psygib trying to keep his position, but that machine gun from Av3k says you better leave. You better flee hops and get your head flown 3 blocks. As psygib hurting right now, stuck in banana, doesn't know which way to go. His next move could be curtains. He does get in on the heavy, but that rocket from down below almost explodes psygib. 5 HP. He's going to be able to grab some bubbles and get out of there and almost gets pushed off the map. Av3k relentless. There's the shotgun tying it at 1.
Such a shame. If that missed jump, I think would have taken him down anyway. Av3k turns it around within just 10 seconds flat. Av3k already, the LG, keeping him at bay in the LG area, just waiting for him to come down. Uses the shotgun. psygib is so weak here. Picks up the 50, leaving the shard, which is completely understandable. He's not in a position, especially with the turret. Av3k's looking very healthy in terms of stacks. psygib has recuperated quite well and restacked himself. Heavy machine gun. Av3k's been using that so well, barely missing any shots here. Just keeping psygib at bay, looking to see what he can do here, but psygib's not having much luck. He's trying to go over the turret, takes down the turret in the end, but Av3k's soon to have it another one in his back pocket in about 12 seconds time.
psygib is so happy that Av3k decided to wait on this Mega. He was so extremely weak. He is going to get in on the heavy after a little bit of some bubble trouble there. It's still extremely weak. There's some good LG from psygib trying to even up the stacks here. Av3k's going to be able to deny the upper 50. Now it's just a matter of finding out exactly where psygib is. Oh, if he waited a little bit more on that rocket, he could have shot it behind him and then pinned him. Ooh, it's a big rocket in the machine gun. psygib trying to fight for his life here. He also wants the heavy, and he shouldn't even be here. He might go down, and the peeker can't save him. He does a lot of damage for what it's worth here. As Av3k looking for those bubbles, they're already gone. psygib's already taken him, and he wants in. He wants that refrag really bad. There's Timmy to deny into the shotgun. Beautiful play from Av3k. What a setup, and now he gets the Mega, and things have gone horribly wrong for psygib.
Not really too sure what to do now. That Mega was up straight after that last bout. Av3k with the LG, beautiful stuff there as psygib was trying to drop down early, but Av3k was more than ready for him. I love the range game from Av3k too. The rocket as well, nice amount of damage. Waiting for him to come through, leaves the heavy, decides to back away. A bit understandable there, he just didn't want to take the risk, throws up another turret on the rocket area. Will he be able to clean them up? Yes, he does. 3 HP, but will psygib get the trade? No, he won't. Didn't get the spawn for it. The Mega is there and waiting for Av3k, but he's going to see what he can do here. Looks like psygib was going to possibly attempt that push, but is backed away.
So disheartening, man. I know psygib doesn't know how much damage he did, but he's got to know that he got him really low. 3 HP. Av3k somehow able to stack back up. This has to be where psygib gets the frag. 1 HP for Av3k. Is he going to survive? psygib needs to chase this. He has the stack. 1 shotgun blast, 1 machine gun pellet, something. Av3k finally going down. And wow, that was close. As psygib now takes control, and this is his time to shine. He needs to try and capitalize on this as he's 4 frags down.
Av3k currently up 6-2. He's going to look to try and increase that lead if he can. The turret, I think psygib was expecting that. Av3k's got the heavy just to make matters worse. Lovely rocket as he was getting away. Beautifully predicted. Mega is coming up in the next couple of seconds. Av3k's just going to bait it for now. He's hoping to take a bit more damage. It's picked up anyways. In a good spot now. The items are heavily segregated. Heavy machine gun coming out too. Look at the accuracy from Av3k, keeping that range game hot. And you can see psygib is trying to flank round. Was thinking about going for the heavy, but it's like, nope, not having that. Gets taken down anyway on the heavy machine gun. The range game from Av3k has been looking really good, and the stack is getting out of control.
8-2 at the 5-minute mark, and Av3k looking so strong. The Polish Prince trying to make his run through the lower bracket. psygib in the boneyard and a fitting end as he's just a pile of bones right now. 7 frag lead for Av3k. Trying to fight back with the nail gun. He doesn't really want this fight. There's the peeker. It's going to be a little bit of a distraction. Timmy the turret goes down just in case. psygib drops down into the red room. And he might go down at this heavy too. He's a little bit too early and Av3k knows it, and that's just perfectly played. Unfortunate for psygib. Doesn't have the timing and he goes down again. 8 frags lethal. This is just becoming a blowout.
Certainly is indeed. Just taking an aggravation out from that last series and taking out on psygib. Again, Av3k with that range game. psygib just running out of answers. He hasn't really got an answer back to try and figure out what he can do against Av3k. Av3k's just playing absolutely out of his mind. Even in that last series, he was playing very well. And is continuing to do so. Looks like the pick may finish him off. Yes, he will, just barely on that last shot. psygib is going to be picking up this next heavy, but what's he going to do here? The only way he can come back on this map if he gets full map control, not take too much damage in these engagements, but Av3k's not going to let that happen. Going to play the range game himself with that heavy machine gun, just waiting for Av3k to make that next move. Beautiful shots, but then again, beautiful LG from Av3k, just barely in range with that LG. And psygib's going to try and follow through, but I don't think he will here, as Av3k got a much bigger stack and will be looking to get that heavy to make matters worse.
And with just a huge frag deficit like this, psygib, you know, time is his enemy as is always, but you got to start making risks. You got to start taking risky plays and start acting crazy and try and close the gap, and that's just not going to work in his favor, taking all this damage. Av3k still running the items, dishing out so much damage at every turn, and you can't help but feel like psygib is just not going to be able to come back in this one. 7 minutes in, down 8, can't even get near the heavy without Av3k pressuring here. He's going to force him off. if he shows his face, almost dies. 25 HP, 2 double bubbles there, or rather, double bubbles in general. 50 HP, tries to go to the Boneyard, and that could be his final resting place again, just barely getting around the corner from Timmy the Turret, and just Av3k, complete dominance on this map right now, Lethal.
That's right, 8 frags behind, 9 now with 2.5 minutes left. I think this is pretty much all said and done here, 40. psygib, we know what he's like. He's a very methodical player. But how can you be so calculated if Av3k's just not giving him any room to breathe, suffocating him on every spawn cycle? Nice rockets from Av3k again. Just been an absolute nuisance. The pig come through, not really doing much there. He needs to make something happen, but it's just not going to happen. Is psygib trying to catch Av3k off guard. There's not going to be too much use. Av3k can still look at the damage. He had... Oh, psygib still only just barely manages to win that, considering the stack advantage he had. Good rocket, good damage. Mega's not coming up for another 14 seconds as Av3k's looking to contest that heavy, which he will be able to grab.
It's really well done from Av3k, knowing, you know, I'm probably dead here, but I'm just going to keep plus backing, making sure that I deal max damage. If he wants this frag, he's going to hurt for it. As the rockets fly by, and Av3k with the shotgun. psygib, if you're going to fall into his arms, he's going to catch you with the shotgun, gets the frag, gets the mega. Minute 30 left, 10 frags up. Av3k should be able to coast to the victory on map number 1 in this set. And again, this is lower bracket. Loser of this is out.
This is the Av3k we love to see. It's peak performance, definitely on form in this series. 15-4, just adding insult to injury, just can't do anything else here. Insult to the wound, 15-4, could be 16, depending on what happens on this jump pad. Yeah, he gets it. 16-4, 1 minute left. All said and done here for psygib. psygib now just needs to reset his mentality for this next map and figure out what he can actually do here.
Hanging on by the skin of his teeth. Av3k takes him down at the heavy, and yeah, big mental reset needs to come in. I mean, psygib kind of just, yep, using this time to work out some frustrations. Just work those feelings out, psygib. He's got to be able to mentally reset, go into the next map. His tournament life is on the line. And against Av3k, that is just so tough. Av3k's such a good player. psygib has his work cut out for him, but he could do it. He's played with the best of them all season long. A little bit of peeker for his highlight reel, why not? 10 seconds left. The final countdown, perhaps, Lethal, as we're going to go into Blood Covenant. It's going to be Nyx versus Visor. And I don't know. Nyx is going to be on psygib's side, Visor for Av3k. Classic matchup on a classic map, but is it going to be psygib's final for Stage 1 finals? I'm not really sure.
We'll have to see. Sometimes Visor does have that advantage depending on the hourglasses from the Nyx, but look at the damage. Nearly 2,000 more from Av3k. Av3k just didn't let off the gas at all throughout that entire course of the map. He just wanted to say, look, this is my series. That was a huge statement from Av3k. But what can psygib do? We know he's a methodical player. Maybe it's not his kind of, you know, that map's not his cup of tea to go into his map number 1, but he could definitely make a comeback. We'll have to see. But if Av3k gives that relentless pressure, I don't know, man. It could be the first clean sweep we've had all day.
Yeah, this could be very interesting here. Av3k with a lot of momentum after that first map going into Blood Covenant. We're going to see probably slower play. I feel like a lot more, well, definitely a lot more rail because CK doesn't have one, but I wonder how important it's going to be to psygib's game to try and get back into this. If he's going to hit that hit and run again. Using Nyx, light champion, you get the wall jumps, you could traverse the map rather quickly, but you have the stack too, so the items are going to be important. And it's all a matter of if he can kind of lay the traps, use the ghost walk efficiently. Conversely, if Av3k can kind of save that vision, make sure that he pops it defensively in case psygib goes in with the ghost walk aggressive plays, he can counteract that and kind of stay safe and maybe even get, you know, a couple frags off of it if psygib pops too early. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll have to see indeed. It's still early days yet. At least, you know, psygib has a bit more room to breathe on Blood Covenant. That's the main thing, isn't it? You know, Av3k has played very well in Blood Covenant in the past. He hasn't played it a lot this season. But, you know, he's got the experience there. He should be fine. It depends on what psygib's going to do. If it's going to be the same outcome as before, then don't be surprised if it's going to be a clean sweep. psygib's not going to want that. It will be one of his worst placements he's had at one of the stage finals. I'm not sure. What's your prediction, though? Do you think it's going to be quite similar to what we saw map number 1? Or is it the fact that for psygib, You know, it's not really his kind of maps in terms of actually forcing his style, and Av3k just ran away with it.
I feel like it's going to be a little bit closer than CK was. I feel like the pick didn't really go in favor of psygib. I feel like Eisen's a little bit better than Strog on CK, but it's all on psygib and execution. Whatever his game plan is, he has to execute it to a T. This is tournament life for him right now as we get into it. We're live on Blood Covenant, live on psygib as he starts off on the upper catwalk armor straight into rail.
Av3k just using that piercing sight just to double check and make sure he's not being approached in any way, shape or form. Picks up the Mega very late, round 16, so he'll be looking to contest that heavy first. Nice amount of damage with that tri-bowl. He's trying to get out of there. And it looks like he has done. I wouldn't say he's a little bit, but he's still taking that tri-bolt damage. You can't make this up. Surely he's going to be taken down soon, as he's only on 10 HP. Av3k is looking for him. Heavy's been up for a while now, as both these players are going to try and go for that Mega. psygib's like, nope, I'm out of here. I need to get away. And it seems like he does get the Heavy for himself. So slight stack advantage for now. Av3k doesn't care. He's just going in with that LG. 21 HP left. Av3k cleans up the first frag. Very well played, and has the piercing sight in his back pocket. So maybe even stop him from getting the weapons in his arsenal. psygib tried to go for that rail. Av3k was ready for it here, 40.
And punishing that pickup, he does finally get the rail, has the ghost walk. Can he utilize it well? Av3k has the stack advantage. He does have vision in his pocket. He's going to be able to get the damage. There's the machine gun. Ghost walk popped almost immediately, and Heavy is up. Av3k is going to go for rockets. Still doesn't have rail, making his way back to the Mega safely, as psygib still down and finally gets the Heavy after he knows it's safe. psygib looking a little bit better now. Ghostwalk is down, and again, when you're playing a Nyx, you got to know when they pop that Ghostwalk, that's your time to shine. You got to get in there, you got to try and make as much of a fuss as you can, deal out as much damage knowing they don't have that get out of jail free card. Vision again going to be up here, but so is the Ghostwalk. So if Av3k uses it preemptively for the information, psygib should be able to pop Ghostwalk defensively to get out of there. As Heavy goes to Av3k again. There's the rocket jump on the chase, just missing out on that booty with that rail. The drive-by will miss as well. The retaliation from psygib will land. There's a freaking great rail from Av3k, as I don't even know how that landed. Pardon my French, Lethal. There's the wall jump into the Ghost Walk. That would have been a float to remember. Big rocket almost converts there. psygib down to 25 HP. He should know that he can't drop for this. So close, that tri-bolt hugging the wall almost takes him out. psygib still 50 HP, so weak. Does grab the Heavy to deny it, but Av3k doesn't even want to peek. A merciful god here, Lethal, as he's still up one frag.
Yeah, he's had enough. He's like, right, I'll finally back down after relentless aggression over the last 3 minutes. But Av3k, look at the stack advantage he has. psygib is just running out of ideas. Hasn't really got much of a game plan right now. Av3k's just doing everything he can to make sure that psygib is not at ease in any way. He's going to drop down, see if he can get a nice rail. Sadly for him, just barely missed. But still keeping that top control, keeping the timings off that Heavy and the Mega nicely. And the problem is for Av3k, is the fact that the item's not segregated enough for him to make the approach to contest that Mega. But Av3k's just chilling right now. Very useful with that Heavy machine gun. Has been using it to its full potential. Let's have it now. It's going to be able to find him. Beautiful tri-bar. A huge chunk of damage. About 74 there. As Av3k's going to try and flank around and see if he can catch him off guard. Almost. The second round just barely missed. And same with the third. Needs to try and hit one of these, but the tri-bolt comes out. The psygib. So does the Heavy machine gun. Looking very good here, but Av3k has to back away. Go for that Heavy.
Really big punish there from psygib. Oh, the tri-bolt in the face as he's looking for the rail angle on top of the Heavy. Av3k will be able to get out. But here's the fight at LG. 2 rockets. Makes quick work of Av3k. Ties it at 1. Well done from psygib. Dealing out that early damage. Good read on the LG play. Takes him out. Ties it at 1 as we're getting closer and closer to the halfway point, Lethal.
That's right. Both players have had the same amount of item control. psygib ready for the Mega. Both of them are going to take both these items around at the same time. And psygib is playing very aggressively here. He's going to look to see get that rocket. He doesn't in the end. Does a little bit of LG damage, but Av3k is just far, far stronger. It was almost railable until he picked up the health ball, but he's got the light too. He's only on 59 HP. Great tri-bolt. Gave him the information. And a nice chunk of damage too. Picks up the lights. He's not railable, but if a heavy machine gun comes out, we'll have to see. Ghostwalk comes out. Maybe risky. Made the assumption
What a
that
great rail.
he's not going to come here. And psygib gets the mega, gets that rail. Sadly misses that first one coming up from heavy stairs. But he's going to use the heavy machine gun to do as much damage as he can. But has to back away and gets the light perfectly timed.
Really well done from psygib here as we hit the 5-minute warning. Up 1 frag. 2-1 again. psygib battling for his Quake Pro League Stage 1 Finals life here. Lower bracket, down a map in the set, best of 3. And he has to, pops the phase shift. I don't know if he needed to, but better safe than sorry there as the machine gun forces him down. He couldn't make the jump across the rocket, just a flare in the air. Doesn't land, no damage. Av3k coming around the corner, hot. There's the LG, 86 damage, or 86 HP rather. With that 50 shard, he is out of rail range for the time being, but he needs to be very careful with his next few moves. And there is the Polish Prince waiting with lightning, absolutely electrifying. 6 HP, psygib needs to find a way out.
Do have to agree about that ghost walk. Maybe he was worried that he could get railed, but Av3k still had that heavy machine gun out, trying to do a sprinkle of damage here and there. psygib still trying to keep Av3k at bay. Fantastic tri-bolt. Again, a second shot. Sadly for Av3k, he misses that rail. Misses a second. A lot of missed shots here. He was doing so well earlier on, but these missed shots could easily cost him and change the outcome of this match. psygib still up 2-1. 3.5 minutes left. Finally has the stack advantage. Gonna be trying to pick him off with that heavy machine gun. Look as Av3k gets the heavy, but he needs to back away. psygib is only on 10 HP, gets taken down. Av3k's only on 24. Ties things up. psygib doesn't seem to be looking for that trade, as it doesn't matter now because Av3k is already almost back to his default stack.
psygib a bit of miscalculation there as he had the ghost walk. He just wanted to hang on to it. It cost him his life. Tied at 2, 7 minutes in. Good tri-bolt from Av3k from down below. He has the vision if he needs to pop it. Goes through the telly. Hits a great rail there as psygib drops down. And there's the vision. Almost gets another one on the repeak. And now he could stalk his prey. Av3k knows everything. psygib, he's going to get caught out in the lower pillar room. A little bit preemptive with a tri-bolt there. That's going to send psygib packing. But again, Av3k doubling back to the heavy. He should be able to get a shot, and no. psygib slowing down at the lower armor, saying, I have to breathe. We're tied at 2. There's still time. And he doesn't want to lose the tie situation here. It's neck and neck. That rail, though, all in favor of Av3k, forcing out the ghost walk right after the mega pickup. That's just huge damage. Catching him out at LG, the lower armor is going to be taken. LG on LG, psygib has to full commit, tries to switch to rockets, but the frag goes to Av3k.
Oh, that was such a shame. If he had the rockets out, he could use those defensive rockets to get away and do a huge chunk of damage, but he had the LG out and got the rockets out way too late. Pearson sight comes through, knows the exact location, knows he's going for the rail. Beautiful rocket there. He's just waiting for psygib to push on. Not too sure why he would, because he hasn't got the stack advantage. Maybe the same now, but Av3k has picked up the mega, picked up the light, and now he's looking very good. Still 1:50 left in this map. psygib has plenty of time to work with, but he needs to contest these items just a bit better to stop Av3k from getting out of control. But I feel like the last few minutes, Av3k has just put this beast mode on.
Av3k sees the heavy. He's not even going to commit. He's going to wait until he knows exactly where psygib is. He doesn't want to give up any kind of damage, any kind of frag. 1:30 left. He smells a victory. In his head, he's already thinking about advancing. There's a beautiful rail after the pickup, or right before the pickup, it looks like, actually. So psygib, a little bit better off, but after that rail, not so much. And now this might be a frag here. There's the ghost walk. Luckily for him, is the chase going to be ready? Here's the jump pad, and should be a frag. Good rockets, 43 HP. Can psygib turn this around? Shotgun out. Av3k trying to chip, can't do it. psygib's so weak. And Av3k is going to make way towards the lower pillar. 1 minute warning. No rails for Av3k. He does have the vision and heavy machine gun. psygib is still extremely weak. There's a big shotgun blast, 25 HP for psygib. He doesn't really have a choice. There's a tri-bolt down to half that, 12 HP. He's sent packing lethal as Av3k appears to be slowly taking off psygib's aviators, staring him in the eye and saying, you have met your endpoint. This could be the exit for psygib here. 30 seconds and it's going to take a miracle.
Yeah, I'll be surprised. psygib is trying to do everything he can, but look at the stack. He's already picked up another mega. He's only got 25 seconds left. He uses the ghost walk. He needs to make something happen now. He's available though. He can definitely tie things up, but no, Av3k has actually picked up the lights and he has the piercing sight. So if you're using the ghost walk to try and get behind, he won't be able to. Beautiful rocket bear. That is going to end the map, end the series, and Av3k is going to continue on through the bracket. And psygib, sadly, commiserations for him, has been knocked out.
And that is the end of the line for the NA player. psygib goes down at the hands of the Polish Prince. Again, he met his endpoint. There is the exit from psygib, 2-0 to Av3k. Well played, looking very, very strong, and he's trying to make a statement through this lower bracket. The loss to Nosfa earlier doesn't sit well with him. So he's going to be raging on through the lower bracket. He'll advance. psygib goes home, or stays home. But that's going to be it for us here on the B stream. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I think we're going to pop over back onto the A stream, Lethal. I don't even know. There's so much Quake going on, I can't even handle it.
I can't handle it either, but you know...